I was talking with a couple the other day. They're trying to repair their relationship. The communication is really bad. They are very critical of each other. They point the finger at each other, and either one of them can say something, and immediately the other person reacts negatively. And so, what's going on here? Now, oftentimes, what's going on is that they're living in the past. Both of them are living with resentments and anger and hurt feelings from the past that are at this point kind of locked in and create the default reaction that they have. So the other person could say, the sky is blue, and they'll go, what do you mean by that? Or you're being critical again. You know, it's like, yeah, because they're not in the present moment. They're not seeing the person, their partner, as they are at that moment. They're bringing all the charge, all the negative charge and negative emotional feelings towards that person into that present moment, and they're reacting. And then the other person reacts to their inappropriate reaction, and suddenly they're in battle again. And if you are a couple in strife, a couple trying to repair your collective sins from the past, you're trying to repair your relationship and go forward with love and respect, then you can't bring the baggage from the past into the present moment. You need to put that aside and try to see the person as they actually are right then and there. You need to, if you're going to judge them, don't judge them based upon what they've done in the past. You need to judge them based upon how they're behaving now, which means basically the two of you have to keep your mouth shut initially. Whoever says something, your partner says something, and your first impulse is to go, screw you, there you go again, whatever. You can't. You got to keep your mouth shut and stop and think. Okay, is this me, bringing all the crap from the past and layering it on top of what he or she is saying, or not? Well, what is he saying? What is she saying? Is it make sense? Is it fair? Is it reasonable? Or is it an attack? Or is it abuse? Or is it inconsiderate? Or is it blaming and shaming? You need to be able to evaluate what they're saying in the present moment. Additionally, you don't have to attack everything that they say, even if you feel it's off. You know what I mean? You don't have to attack everything they say. You can give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not trying to attack you, that they're not trying to hurt you. Assume the best, don't assume the worst. You have to give each other the benefit of the doubt as you're trying to heal the relationship. Additionally, the expression, don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, choose your battles. Try to let a lot of stuff slide. So there are things you don't like about your partner. Hey, it's probably not the end of the world. Maybe you can overlook it. Maybe you can overlook their flaws and imperfections and decide, what, the good outweighs the bad. And I don't have to be critical of every single thing they do. And I can just say to myself, okay, they've got their flaws. I've got my flaws. Let's try to accept each other with all our flaws. Assuming like one of their flaws is not, they have dead babies in the freezer in the basement. You got you need to, if you want a relationship to heal, you've got to let go of a bunch of crap. You got to forgive. You've got to forgive. Let go of those resentments. Let go of the anger. Anger hurts. Forgiveness heals. Anger hurts. Forgiveness heals. Remember that everything is love or a call for love. When your partner is saying something to you and it's abrasive and certainly feels like an attack, it certainly feels unloving, try to keep in mind that what you're dealing with is a wounded creature who's actually insecure and needing reassurance and actually calling out for love and reassurance, but doing it in a completely opposite, bizarre, counterproductive way by yelling at you and calling you names. It's very hard to rise above the battlefield under those circumstances, but if you're wise enough and calm enough to recognize it's a call for love, this person's insecure, it's not, they don't want to attack me and hurt me, they do love me, It's possible to rise above the battlefield, give them the reassurance they want, not turn it into like a 3-day war, and move forward in the relationship. Now, I'm not condoning abusive behavior, and I know I'm going to get emails from people saying, "Oh, so you should stay in a toxic, abusive relationship." Somebody who yells at you. No, no. What I'm talking about is, yeah, in relationships, people do yell at each other. People do call each other names, and that's not necessarily toxic. It's abusive, no question about it, but it's not necessarily so toxic and so abusive that you should like wash your hands of the whole deal and split. It's not, you got, if you want the relationship to work, you teach and train the person to understand that that's not an appropriate way to communicate, that that's not an effective way to communicate their insecurity, that they need to be able to express their feelings in a mature way, such as, I'm feeling insecure, I'm feeling unloved. What you said triggered my abandonment issues, and I need reassurance that you're not going anywhere, that we can work this out. Yeah, communication is key. Honest communication is key. Not living in the past and blaming and shaming from the past is key. If people are doing something that in the present that they did in the past, and they keep doing it, okay, that's a reason to bring it up, bring the past up again. But if they're not doing something from the past, and they do something else, and you just say, "Oh yeah, remember what happened in like 1966 at that party when you embarrassed me?" No, you shouldn't go there. Yeah, relationships can be repaired. People can, if so much rage and anger and resentment has built up, yeah, you need a cooling down period. You need a period to let a lot of that charge calm down. But then if you come back to the table, to the negotiating table, to the relationship table, to the communication table, it's very possible that you can heal the relationship. But you've got to be willing to let go of your anger and forgive. And a lot of people don't want to let go of their anger. They don't want to forgive because they use unforgiveness as a stick to beat their partner over the head with. I'm not going to forgive you because I want to punish you for all the hurt that you caused me. Bad move. First of all, it's just it compounds the problem. You become the abuser and the bully. But secondly, anger hurts you. We forgive others for our own peace of mind, to let go of our own resentment, our own anger, our own rage, so that our mind and heart and body can be free of all this negative stress of anger and resentment. So you want to forgive others and let go of your resentment for your own peace of mind. Forgiving others doesn't mean you're a doormat, doesn't mean you're weak, doesn't mean you're asking for more abuse, doesn't mean the other person shouldn't be held accountable for their behaviors. It doesn't mean there shouldn't be consequences of their bad behaviors. You forgive others for your own peace of mind. Okay,